Hi, and welcome back. I'm Sophia. Today's topic is one that people have very strong opinions about, usually before they have heard the actual story. Today we are talking about age gap relationships, and I want to say something clearly before we begin. A significant age difference between two people is not automatically a red flag, it is not automatically a power imbalance, and it is not automatically doomed. What it is, always, is complicated. Because two people at different stages of life bring different needs, different timelines, and different versions of the future they are reaching for. Today, 5 people wrote to me about exactly that. Let's get into it. Now let's read Sophie's message. Sophie is 26, writing to us from Lyon, France. Sophia, I am 26 and my partner is 41. We have been together for 3 years and I love him deeply. But lately my friends are getting married, having babies, building careers, and I feel like I am living a different timeline from everyone I know. He has already done all of those things. I'm starting to wonder if I missed something by choosing this relationship so young. Am I? Sophie, what you are describing is not regret, it is comparison. And comparison, especially in your mid-20s, when everyone around you seems to be hitting the same milestones at the same time, can feel overwhelming even in the most fulfilling relationship. But here's the question I want you to sit with. When you are with him, not when you are scrolling through your friends' engagement announcements, but when you are actually with him, does your life feel small? Or does it feel full? Because those are two very different answers. The question is not whether you missed something. The question is whether what you have is worth what you are building, on your own terms, in your own time. Now let's read James's message. James is 52, writing to us from Melbourne, Australia. Sophia, I am 52 and my girlfriend is 34. I love her completely. But lately I notice her wanting things I've already lived through. The excitement of first homes, building something from scratch, the energy of a social life I no longer have the stamina for. I'm afraid she will eventually want someone her own age. How do I stop this fear from quietly destroying what we have? James, the fear you are describing is real, and I want to acknowledge it without dismissing it because it comes from love, not insecurity. But I also want to gently ask you something. Are you seeing actual signs that she is unhappy? Or are you projecting a future loss onto a present that is still whole? Because fear of losing someone, especially someone younger, especially when we are aware of our own age, can become a self-fulfilling prophecy if we let it. When we pull back to protect ourselves, when we become quieter or more distant out of fear, the very distance we were afraid of begins to appear, not because she created it, but because we did. The conversation you need to have is not with your fear, it is with her. A relationship that can hold that conversation honestly is a relationship with a real foundation. Now let's read Amina's message. Amina is 31, writing to us from Casablanca, Morocco. Sophia, I am 31 and my husband is 58. We married 3 years ago and I knew the age gap would bring challenges. But I did not fully understand what it would feel like when his health started to change. He tires more easily now. Our life is slower than I imagined. I love him, but I sometimes grieve a future I will never have. Is it wrong to grieve something while still choosing it? Amina. No, it is not wrong. In fact, I would say it is one of the most honest and courageous things a person can do, to grieve something and still choose it. Those two things are not in contradiction. They are both part of loving someone fully, with open eyes. What you are experiencing has a name. Anticipatory grief. The mourning of a future that will look different from what you imagined. And it is real, and it deserves space, even inside a loving and chosen marriage. Grief and love are not opposites, Amina. Sometimes they are the same breath. Now let's read Lena's message. Lena is 29, writing to us from Berlin, Germany. Sophia, my boyfriend is 47, and everyone in my life disapproves. My parents refuse to meet him. My friends think I am being naive. I believe in this relationship, but the constant judgment is exhausting me. How do I stop other people's opinions from getting inside my head? Lena. The people who love you are scared for you, and while their fear may be expressed badly, through judgment, through refusal, through assumptions, it usually comes from a real place. Understanding that does not mean agreeing with them, but it might make their reaction slightly easier to carry. Here is what I know about outside opinions in relationships. They only get inside your head when there is already a crack of doubt there. If you were completely certain, not confident in a performing way, but genuinely settled in yourself, the noise would still be loud, but it would not land the same way. So the question is not how do you silence them? The question is, what is the doubt they are touching? Is it a real concern about the relationship? Something worth examining? Or is it simply the discomfort of living differently from what is expected of you? Because those require very different responses. And now let's read our final message. This one is from Carlos. Carlos is 44, from Mexico City, Mexico. Sofia, I am 44 and my partner is 27. Everything between us is good. But recently she started talking about having children, and I'm not sure I want to start again. I have 2 children from a previous relationship. She doesn't have any. I don't know how to have this conversation without potentially ending everything. What do I do? Carlos, this is one of the most important conversations 2 people in your situation can have. And the fact that you have been avoiding it tells me you already know how significant it is. Here is the truth. This is not a conversation you can afford to keep postponing, because every month that passes without it is a month where she may be quietly building her future around an assumption that may not be shared. That is not fair to her. And the longer you wait, the harder the conversation becomes. You do not have to have all the answers before you have the conversation. You can go into it with honesty rather than certainty. I want to talk about something important, and I'm not sure where I stand yet, but I know we need to figure this out together. That is not weakness, that is respect. And she deserves it, even if the conversation changes everything. 5 messages today. 5 people navigating one of the most quietly complex dynamics in love. The age gap that stops being a number and becomes a question about time, about futures, about what each person is reaching for. Here is what I want to leave you with. Age gap relationships are not harder because they are wrong. They are harder because they require a level of honesty about the future that most couples can afford to delay. You cannot delay it. And that, while difficult, is actually a gift. Because it forces you to know, earlier than most, whether you are truly building toward the same life. I'm Sophia. Take care of your heart. What topic do you want us to cover next? Drop it in the comments. Your question might just become our next episode. If today meant something to you, please like this video and subscribe so you never miss an episode.